Hello, it's Chris.
Hey Chris, this is Jason Saulnier. How's it going?
Doing good, man. How are you?
Not bad after all the car problems. Good.
Good. Yeah, yeah. I heard about that, man. I read your message. I was like, oh, geez, man, that sucks.
Well,
So glad you got that worked out.
yeah, well, you need a battery to go and get, to the interview, I guess, with a car these days. Oh well.
Yeah, I guess it'd be too much to push start it, huh?
Well, a little bit, then you need to find help and all that stuff, but oh well. How's it going with Chris Sanders?
Dude, I'm doing real good. Everything is great. The family's great. The farm is great. The music's great. Everything here is it's actually it's why I ended up here back in the Northwest. Is I came back up. I just seemed to write a little bit heavier stuff, and that's what I'm working on right now. Because when we did the original Time to Rock album, the Night Fury album, great players, David Ellison, Ken Mary. Of course, I had written all the music and whatnot, and we arranged it and whatnot. But it was more of a concept album, and just listening, getting that sound out there, but also just getting stuff out of the way. Hey, what's going to be the sound? And when I wrote that, I was in Arizona, and it was just a little different flavor type music. And so up here, it's I don't know, maybe it's the cloud, maybe everybody, it's like a seasonal thing, but it's heavier music on this new album that we're doing, and so it's more along the lines of Sabaton, Nightwish, Avantasia. So it's more in there also with Unleash the Archers, one of my new favorite bands. So it's things are great.
So like in different temperatures, it'll influence how you play.
I don't know if it's the temperature or if it's just cloudy. It's just darker and grimmer.
Well, whatever works, I guess, is good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So everything is good. I'm as happy as I could be. We came off the Monsters of Rock cruise with Britny Fox, and it's just a lot of good stuff there. It's not just me saying it; it's just everyone else is saying it. Man, you guys played great, and so it's dude kicking ass. I couldn't be happier.
And I'm sure for Britney Fox, Hair Nation, all that greatness helps a lot, for a band like that to
Well,
promote.
dude, what was that? Okay, so that's it's funny you brought up Hair Nation because that is I had talked to the guys and I said, you know what, I'm going to smash a guitar. I have not seen a good guitar smash in well, it's just been a while. Let's say that. And so I had these two guitarists lined up to go, man. And we're at Hair Nation Fest. We're about ready to go on, and there's a circular stage. It's spinning around, and we're all set up on the back. And band ahead of us got done, and it spun around. And Billy, he's on bass. He's ready to go. I'm on guitar. I'm ready to start going. Stage spins around, and the singer wasn't there. And it's like, oh, really, dude? So basically, we're out there standing with our dicks in our hands. And I'm like, oh, this is embarrassing. So I put down the guitar I was going to play. I grabbed another guitar. I don't know if anyone had ever done this, actually smashed a guitar before your set even begins. Well, I didn't just smash one, I smashed two.
Wow.
And so I went over, I grabbed this guitar, picked it up, slammed it down, and that was probably the biggest applause I heard all night. And I was like, well, hell, I got another one. Let's do it again. So, yeah, Hair Nation, that was real fun, doing a dual guitar smash before the band even started playing.
and we see that photo on the website, on your Facebook.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. It's the photos just kept coming in, different angles, just looking as cool as it gets with a busted up guitar. So definitely one of my favorites. I do like that.
So if it's in the start of the show, how do you finish the show or actually play the show without guitars?
Well, yeah, we played the show. It was a shorter set, probably the shortest set in history. I think we did 4 songs. It's like really, I mean, but we got a late start just going on, just how things worked out and whatever. Um, and so we did our 4 songs, and I think before we were even done with the last song, the stage was already spinning. I think there's a video of me like, whoa, I got to jump back on this magic carpet. It's taking off.
So, Chris, would you say like, when you look into music like Night Fury and Britney Fox, you change your guitar tones at all, or how do you go through that process?
Well, you really yes, 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 yes. I'm a rock guy. I'm a heavy metal guy, powder metal guy. Um, uh, Britney Fox is without a doubt. It's a Les Paul band. It's those big open chords you plug straight into your JCM 800, and it's a rock sound. It's ACDC sound, and there's not a whole lot of effects going on. Mm. And Night Fury stuff, without a doubt, it's all recorded on Jackson's, and so there's a different feel to it. Of course, I play different, um, definitely without a doubt. Tone wise, yeah, a little bit. So what I've been doing live is It's funny. I was at M3, right? And I was complaining about tone problems, and I ended up sitting down having this long 4-hour conversation with Michael Striper, and he says, "Look, Chris, you need to get the ISP Theta Pro." I'd never heard of it. I'm like, okay, because I'm desperate, dude. I was having serious tone problems with these different pedals I was using and whatnot. And, going into Britny Fox, I really had to transform and shape what I was doing. I can't just show up and say, hey, this is me, this is what I do. Because, well, that's just not me. I show up and I play the part. I do, what's expected of me and then what needs to happen. So I absolutely had to transform myself for that. And so the next day, I called ISP. I said, hey, this is the deal. And they sent me out their Theta Pro DSP, badass board. And on this board, like most boards, you have all sorts of different buttons to push and tonal configurations. And the tone that I got out of it from M3 on was just phenomenal. And it's actually worked out really well for me. And I don't need to really do a whole lot of tonal shape difference. Night Fury, yeah, I use a little bit more delays and whatnot, more soaring epic leads. But no, I'm totally happy with this board. It's, as good as it gets.
Well, that's good, man. And for amplifiers to run through this stuff, what do you use? Just anything that's around you?
All the gigs that we show up to, there's backline, and it's almost always Marshall backline. It just looks good. It's a solid backline since the beginning of time. But I just use the amps as my onstage monitor, because sometimes I don't want to have to communicate to a monitor engineer, and you want louder. Just give me kick and snare and vocals in the monitors, and I won't talk to the guy the rest of the night. Now, if I need to turn up my amp, that's great. I'll turn them up, but I'm not throwing out the whole mix at the front of the house.
Right.
And so I'll run stereo out of this board. I go DI out, and then the engineer out front, that level is set, and he can adjust as he needs. So even when I'm on stage and I need to hear more of me, I have to turn my amp up, but it doesn't throw out the mix on the house. So, no, that's great. And Marshalls sound great with this board.
Great organization, and a lot of people should play like that. It makes it simpler.
Dude, it's amazing how many people, well, first off, common sense isn't common. And I've seen the most simple things get screwed up. It's like, guys, this is really easy. It's not all that complicated. But you would be amazed. It doesn't matter what level you're at. There's always buffoonery. It just never seems to go away. So I'm always self-contained, no issues, no problems. I show up, I'm solid, I do my part, and, at the end of the day, I own it. So.
And Chris, are you playing a lot of gigs this year for 2017?
2017 we've got nothing on the books. I'm dived into this Night Fury record. The Fox, they're, still getting their things figured out, what we're doing. We'd kicked some tunes around, had some rehearsals and whatnot. I know Billy wants to get back out there. But for right now, dude, as soon as they're ready to go, I'm ready to go. Throwing back song ideas and whatnot. But I'm just about ready to send this new track over for the Night Fury. Get vocals on it, and then maybe a little final arranging. And my plan on this one is we're actually going to do the video for the single, and then after the video's out, then we'll finish the rest of the album. So this is very cool stuff. I'm very excited about it. A lot of good things are happening.
So you're expecting this to be released like fairly soon?
No, the single with the video, I would think 3 to 4 months out.
Okay.
And that's probably a good safe timeline. Sometimes you're a little bit, you jump the gun, and sometimes things get behind schedule. But I feel confident in saying that 3 to 4 months, get this done, because it doesn't take much. Once it's written, guys can track in a day or two, mix it in a day or two, and then we're on to video production. And we're actually going to shoot that up here in the Northwest. I've got a special location picked out, so I think that's going to be very cool.
Awesome. Well, Chris, I appreciate you taking the time here, and wishing you a great 2017, man. Great work.
Excellent. Hey, thank you so much, man. You're awesome. Love what you do.
Hey, thank you very much.